Good morning, Creekside Cubs.
We have a special guest.
We sure do. You got it. We promised. And now it is here for you today. It's our NFL Draft Breakdown this morning on Creekside Cub Television. It is Friday, April 26th. We had the first round of the draft last night. We're going to get to that shortly. But first, I want to say good morning to all of you. Welcome. We're glad you're here today. And good morning, Mrs. Skelton.
Good morning, and good morning to Mr. Harold.
Good morning.
Welcome to Creekside Square One.
This is wild. Like, I feel like a celebrity today.
You should. You will be when you leave.
We're YouTube
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah.
Just ask any of our 9 viewers
I mean,
worldwide.
it's
Viral.
I'm a subscriber. I have been since August, and it's just it's completely different being under the hot lights, and it's wild. It's different.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
It's very real.
I, for one, am so glad you're here. Big night last night in Sportsville.
Big night. Big.
So,
Emphasis on big.
big,
Very big.
massive, oak tree kind of night. We are ready, as promised, for this breakdown.
We sure are. Before we dive in, I want to point out, I wore my Bengals shirt today, right? Mr. Harold wore his brown shirt today. Mr. Harold, I love working with this guy. And we are friends, and I'm so glad to get to talk football with him. I just want to point out something. We have a different favorite team.
We do.
Yet we still get along great.
We do.
right?
Rival teams.
We do have rival teams. But I want you to think about that. If the Bengals or the Browns are not your favorite team, that's okay. Or not your good friend's favorite team, that's all right. You can still be great friends. I actually think it would be very boring if we all liked the same team. Like it wouldn't be as much fun to talk about then. So just want to point that out. We get along with everybody, whether your favorite team is the Bengals, the Browns, or anybody else.
So, fun skeleton trivia. I am actually married to someone who goes for my least favorite team in the NFL. Rival team, same division, all the things.
Are you going to tell us what team that is?
Oh, how dare you.
I'm sorry. It was just
Rookie
everything.
mistake.
Rookie mistake. Being on camera.
So
all
Mrs.
good.
Skelton is a Giants fan, which is not a popular thing to be here recently. Mr. Skelton, born and raised a Cowboys fan.
Oh.
So we longevity, 24 years we have been together, and we have survived.
Gotcha.
Rooting sometimes 3 times a year against each other,
Yeah.
depending on the playoff
They
break.
call
How-
it America's team, but it's not Cincinnati's team.
A house
Not
divided, but you make it work.
We make it work.
You make it work.
I can't say we sit on like the couch next to each other during those
Well,
games.
game
but we
days can be
do-
tough.
They can be tough.
All right, let's break down
If
that
you're a
draft.
Cowboys fan.
So the Bengals had to wait quite a while. I hope that you were in bed when the Bengals
18.
made their pick. I hope
18.
you were asleep. Pick number 18 happened somewhere around, I don't know, like 10 o'clock, 10:15 last night. And the Bengals selected Amarius Mims. He is a massive offensive tackle. He's 6 feet 8 inches tall. To give you a reference, that is 6 inches taller than me. He is 340 pounds of strength, and he is going to protect Joe Burrow on that offensive line. There were a lot of
20
good players
inches
left at that
taller
time.
than me.
20 inches tall. There, you're not gonna. He's not gonna block you, so we're
No,
okay there.
I might crop like under.
He
I might
probably
have
wouldn't
a
even
chance.
see you. You'd be
I
like,
know. We just had the solar eclipse. So,
Right.
like, if he stood
Yeah.
in front, it would kind of be
It
like
would be-
reliving that.
You would
It'd be
see
my
no
Mims
Mrs.
eclipse.
Skelton. It
My
would
Mims
be
eclipse.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
So anyway, I'm super excited about that pick because Joe Burrow is awesome, and we need him to be in the game and healthy. This is a protection pick. What are your thoughts on it?
He's a big boy. He takes up a lot of space on that offensive line. I think it's a bit of a project. I don't think he's ready to go day one.
But he's from Georgia.
He is from Georgia. He's got that SEC pedigree.
2 national championships.
2 national championships.
Look at you go.
I am a Georgia fan. Sorry, y'all. I can't do the Ohio State. I can't.
He only played 8 games this year.
That's right.
He only played 8 games
Some
this year,
injuries.
went out with an injury.
Okay,
So he's got some injury history there.
but they didn't win this year. They won the 2 years he was on the line, Mr. Harold.
Yeah.
Mr. Harold, I want to flash back to many years ago when in the, I think it was late 70s, I think, the Bengals, it might have been early 80s. No, it was late 70s. Bengals drafted an offensive lineman who was out of USC, University of Southern California, had some injury history.
Has a crooked pinky.
Yes,
Yeah.
he ended up being the best player the Bengals have ever had. I'm talking about Anthony Munoz.
Yep.
Hall of Famer all the way, and actually does incredible things for our community now that he's retired.
does.
He takes care of a lot of great causes in our community with his foundation. But maybe that kind of-
That's a lofty comparison.
Those are some big
That is
shoes
a
to
long,
fill.
Yes.
very big shoe
What
to fill.
size shoe does he wear? Do we know?
I do not know.
I don't know.
At 6'8"?
6'8"?
340? I don't know.
I'm gonna guess like a
A 20?
size 20, 21.
Yeah, I'd say it's
24,
right.
24 and a half.
I think it's a good pick for them. The name of the game is to protect Joe Burrow, and they got to protect Joe Burrow. But I think there were better picks there for him. I
Who
like
on
the
the Browns is going to line up opposite him to take care of it?
Oh, we know this name.
Myles Garrett.
Miles Garrett's coming.
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
So it's like, you know,
Marius, take care of
Amarius,
him.
welcome to the league, buddy. Welcome to the league because Miles is hungry.
Now Trent Brown is there this year.
Trent Brown
so
is
we've
there.
got we got a little time for Marius,
Yeah.
but hopefully he'll be able to make an impact soon.
I'm just concerned for them as far as they've never. It just doesn't seem like Frank Pollock, the offensive line coach, doesn't seem like they've done a good job at developing the offensive line. The guys they take over the last decade or
We
so.
have not drafted very well for value picks and offensive line and receivers.
For offensive line. Now,
Right.
they've nailed a lot of other picks,
Absolutely.
but it seems like that one thing that they cannot get right is the offensive line, and that's most crucial right now for that Bengals. You know, the window with you got Burrow, you got Chase, who they just extended. I don't think Higgins is going to be around much longer, but the name of the game is to protect Joe Burrow. They're going to win more games with Joe Burrow in the game than they are him being injured. So. I don't know. It's a project.
I am the novice, right?
Yes.
I am not. Y'all lost me halfway through. But don't sometimes they draft people and maybe move them somewhere else? So is it possible they're not thinking about putting him on that end? They're going to coach him up for a different spot.
I think he's pretty much going to be slated in at right tackle. I thought they should have went that Troy Fatanu, who the Steelers got a
Oh,
few
I did
picks
see
later.
that.
That's a guy that can swing to every position on the offensive line. I think a guy like that is more valuable, being able to
West
play
Coast.
every. Yeah, he was Washington.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I don't know. They could nail it. He's a big boy. And one of the things that I read and I do kind of like is with him being out with the injury, he wasn't able to pick up the bad habits that offensive linemen do sometimes.
Okay.
So maybe they don't have to spend a lot of time uncoaching him the bad stuff and coaching the good stuff. So that could be a blessing in disguise.
Now, I do apologize. This is probably our longest announcements yet, but we've got our special guest. We have to take advantage of that. I've got one more question for you,
Go for it.
football related here. We have another team in Ohio,
We do.
your beloved Browns.
Yes.
If you're talking to Browns fans out there, what can you tell them about the upcoming rounds where they're about to make, I think their first pick in the draft is tonight.
Yes, so the Browns will pick in the second round tonight at pick 22, and then they also have another pick in the third round tonight, which is the 21st pick in the third round. Right now, there's a few guys out there that I would really be thrilled to see the Browns draft. Got to see where the cards fall. You know, last night there were only, I think, 9 defensive players drafted in the first round, which was wild. I've never seen anything like that. So it's really defensive heavy, which I like that. But I think we're going to see a big run on the defensive players. So some of those guys that I'm valuing defensive wise, I think they're going to get picked. So I'm excited to get to make the pick. You know, like we cashed in our future for a quarterback that I don't want to get into, but we've not been able
Round
to
two.
have a first round pick for the last couple years, and it's just, you know, we wait to have our party on Friday and Saturday in the later rounds while everybody else gets to enjoy it Thursday night. So
Well, we've enjoyed having you here.
appreciate that.
Hopefully you'll stick
Enjoy it.
around for the rest because Cubs who are football fans, I know you are wide-eyed and open-eared right now and you've loved this. Everybody who's not, come back to us now. We're going
Yep.
back to our regular announcements. Let's celebrate some birthdays.
Yes, today, 26th.
26th,
Yes, I got
yeah.
it. Lily Dixon, happy birthday in Mrs. Cavender's room. Now I will do weekend birthdays. We're going to take a pause on summer birthdays today. We have Noah Eaton and Miss Musser's room for the 28th. That is our only weekend birthday. How bizarre,
Wow.
right? Because
How
tomorrow's
bizarre.
27th, 28th. Yeah.
How bizarre.
Come back for Monday.
We have a staff birthday today. One of our awesome ESL teachers. She helps students all around our building. She especially helps students who speak a language other than English and are learning to be English speakers and readers as well. And that's, of course, Mrs. Robinson. Here's
I
to
know
you,
her.
Mrs. Robinson.
She works here.
She does.
Yes, yes.
You probably see her sometimes.
Oh, so we're so happy for you, Mrs. Robinson. We hope you have an awesome birthday. Please swing by the office to celebrate with us when you have a minute free. And we are on to the
Oh.
weather.
Oh, the weather. I thought
Mr.
I was
Harold,
skipping the
Mrs.
weather.
Russell usually does this. Do you want to take a crack at it?
Let's go for it. So it looks like Friday, Looks like we're rolling with some partly sunny weather today. Low of 41, high of 63. Yeah, sorry, Mrs. Russell, it's the best I got.
It might even get a little warmer than that. This weekend, we could potentially touch 80.
Uh-oh.
We
And
could.
it's great Kings Island weather. I'm so excited. We will be hitting Kings Island tomorrow because it's pretty outside.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a fun place.
We measured yesterday to see what we get to ride. We're so excited.
All right.
There we
We're
go.
ready. Well, you need to know
Do you
before we
qualify
go.
for everything?
You know what? That was unnecessary.
I'm sorry. I-
Keep the gloves up.
We measured the children.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
adults.
All right. Hey, we've got a winner from yesterday on our cafeteria cleanup
Okay,
challenge.
are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Where's it at? We're tied.
We're tied. Mrs. Allen's
Mrs.
class,
Allen's
congratulations.
Oh, Cubs. That means we can't announce a winner today.
Let's extend it one day.
What tie?
I know what. Mr.
First grade
Mr.
wins,
Harold.
great job.
Right.
30 Cub cash
Fake
for all
news,
first
my
grade.
friends, fake news. So swing back by and join us for our segment on Monday to see how the rest of the draft went and to see who won our
We're doing it again.
Mrs.
So I didn't want to bring this up, but if I get drafted tonight, I
Right.
probably won't be here Monday. So,
Well, when does training camp start?
well, I'm just saying I'll probably have a lot of media to do.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I know
Autographs.
there's a lot of team. I don't know the market for a 37-year-old washed up offensive lineman,
Yeah,
but there could be somebody.
yeah.
You know, Brock Purdy was the last pick a few years ago, and now he's playing for the 49ers. He's a starting quarterback. Mr. Irrelevant turned into Mr. Awesome. So I'm just saying,
Mhm.
chances are I'll
So
be here Monday.
Tuesday,
Chances
but Tuesday if you're.
Tuesday at the latest.
Okay, got
Tuesday
it.
at the latest.
Good.
We'll report back.
All right, it is time for our Creekside Cub motto as we kick off this Friday.
Can you cross midline, Mr. Harold?
What?
Okay.
Left hand, and you're gonna mirror. You got it. He's ready. He's ready.
I just need a visual, not the. I'm a visual learner, not a.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I will
sorry.
We're so
remember
glad
that.
you joined us today.
Thanks for having me.
And Mrs. Russell, thank you for joining Mr. Harold's Cubs today so he could be here. We appreciate that.
Mhm. Here at Creekside,
we take care of others, we take care of ourselves, and we take care of this place.
Creekside Cubs here. Nice work, Mrs. Skelton. Thanks for tuning in. Please stand for the pledge.